Yeah, you know, he told me, flex on
So what's
this,
going
got
on,
my
fucknuts?
thing, got it, hey.
One.
Yeah.
There you go,
Oh, hi,
mate.
beautiful. Oh, yeah, getting there.
Mate, I just put on the video filters to make me look just a little bit more handsome than usual.
Yeah, you look a bit redder than usual.
Oh, fuck, it's because we've been standing out in the sun all day. Fuck, man. I umpired 3 games and played one of my own, and on like the world's worst pitch too.
Oh, shit.
It was trash. It looked good. It looked at eye level, like from the side, you'd be like, oh, that's a good pitch. Get down, you have a look on the ground. It was like a really bad green. It's just all these little lumps and bumps.
Yeah.
So the odd ball would jump, the odd ball would skid. Patches of the pitch were like as hard as the Gabba, and then other parts of the pitch were as soft as a goat track in bloody Nepal. Like just fucked. It wasn't the best pitch to play on. We ended up still posting 160 odd in the end. I don't know how the fuck we hit so many runs, but we did.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah. How you been, mate?
Oh, yep. Getting over last night.
But you gotta enjoy them free drinks from the company you're leaving. Why not?
Yep, exactly. Plus the fact that we were downstairs from a nightclub, and when our event was over, they put us up the back stairs, so we didn't have to pay any entry fee or anything.
Giddy goat.
Yep.
See, I know the one and only nightclub in Rockhampton.
Shit. They're like, oh, go up the stairs there. I was like, yeah, righto. Went
Should be
upstairs.
called the shitty goat.
I was like, nah, fuck this.
I'm a big fan of the Great Western there, actually. Much as I don't like country music, I do like the Great Western.
When radios and shit are on, it's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up around that shit, like Charters Towers and stuff like that. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice, fucking beautiful. I went to a winery yesterday. Speaking of, like, you being a F1 and supercars driver, is the Sierra May Wines, who is an ex-driver, T. Morris, old supercars driver. Yeah, it's his winery. Good fucking wine too. As much as we are beer drinkers at this podcast, beers and spirits, wine from that place, fucking good drop. I had the best ever white wine I've ever drank in. As far as I'm concerned, white wine tastes like goon, and it was shit, and I hate it. But after drinking, we did like a wine test. It was $5. You got to taste 6 wines, and old mate had a heavy as fuck hand too. So we got like 6 wines for $5. We're fucking laughing. And like 30 odd $50 bottles, stuff like that. And once you drink expensive stuff, you start to understand why wine people are wine people. Like it's good. Like it's good.
You can keep your grape juice.
Trust me. That's some of them were a bit like, mine. What, like 1 or 2 in particular, like, oh, that's good. It's good. That's better than fucking. That's as good as beer. That's fucking. It was that good. It was as good as beer.
That's what's
pretty good. Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like, at least exactly the same as like the best cider you've ever had, and then jump another level. There we go. We put it on the cider level, like the best cider you've ever had, plus more.
Yep. Oh, okay.
I like cider. I get behind cider. What games have you been playing, mate?
Battlefield.
How good's Battlefield? I mean, we've been playing it together, but this is just a weird podcast thing to try to throw the loop.
But no, I've been playing Battlefield lately. Even off, like, if you're not streaming and you're not on, I'm still playing Battlefield.
Yeah, mate. That's the problem I'm having at the moment. I fucking love it, but you know for a fact that I'm getting a stupid amount of bugs.
Yep.
I'm having like scope issues. I'm having frame rate issues at times. You can see that, like, sometimes it's just going getting all fucked up, and then having like movement issues. Sometimes my characters will stop moving, and then like the first time since owning my Series X and playing a heap of different games, everyone has a problem with Call of Duties and stuff like that. The first time ever I had my Xbox brick and completely stop. Everything frozen. I could still hear you talking, but everything froze. Had to do a complete hard shutdown. First time ever. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a field of view issue because I upped my field of view, but not by much. Its standards like 65, and I just upped it to 75, just tiny little bits. But that's the only thing I can think of bringing back that may fix it. But why give me the FOV slider if it's just gonna fuck it?
Exactly right. Exactly.
I'm not running it at 4K either, by the way. It's coming through at 1080p at 120 at its maximum, which is 120 frame rates per second. So like I'm not doing anything insane with it. I don't get why I'm getting frame issues. I don't get why I'm having these bugs. The odd like vehicle issue.
Yeah.
Just as much as I'm enjoying the game, once something like that starts happening and then you die from it, or then you get kicked out and then you can't join back in, and your friends you're playing with are stuck in like a half an hour game, and
we've had to deal with that.
When you have got limited time to play a game every day and you stay up later, past probably your bedtime to play a game, and that happens, I can see if people are having issues with Battlefield, that's the issue they're having, is these bugs.
Yeah.
It's stopping them from people from playing. The game itself, whatever little patch they did, feels really good. I actually enjoy playing the game. That's not my problem.
I was saying, what was it? Monday, we jumped on together for the first time. Monday night or Tuesday night, whenever it was. And even the bloke that we were running with, we both turned around and said, this isn't Battlefield. Like, this is not hooking me like Battlefield was.
My mate fucking sold the game back. He deinstalled and sold it.
Yep.
He got
He's
refund.
like, I want a refund. And it's like, you really going to go to that length? He's like, yep.
That's how much he hated it. And then
I jumped back on Friday night and I loved it.
Yeah, I had a fucking banging time. But I mean, I played by myself and I had a good time.
Yeah.
I had a great time, and I had a few issues, but I didn't have that many issues. The next 2 times I played it, I've had a lot of issues, and it's shit me.
Yeah.
It's really shit me. It's to the point where I'm not going to play the game unless the boys are on, because I don't want to play it by myself and have to deal with that shit. I don't. I don't want to. I mean, I played fucking Cricket 19 because I really like cricket and it was free, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just play this. And then once I got over that, I hopped back on Halo.
Yeah.
Like, Battlefield's better than
19,
Vanguard. Yeah.
I don't know if we can make a custom match, you and me.
Why not?
Well, I don't know if it goes from Series S and X to Xbox One.
We can always give it a go.
Yeah. Yep.
What's the
Battlefield's better than Vanguard. Let's just say that.
Is it? It has to be, doesn't it? Vanguard's not fucking without its issues either. A lackluster zombies. As much as some people are like, "Oh, it's really good." It's like, yeah, you said that because it's the first time you played it. After you played it for the first time, it's exactly the same shit, and it's even more oddly repetitive than the last one, and missing some type of fun aspect. It's doesn't have like the proper rounds thing like the old ones, and it doesn't really hit the new style that Cold War did. So it's stuck in between, and it's not quite working. They give you a little mission, but it's the same 3 missions over and over again. It's not really a mission, then, is it? It's just another level, and it doesn't level until that mission's done. So you can't. It's not like you're doing 10 levels and then you do a mission. You've got to do a mission to progress to the next level. So in the end, you're doing the same 3 missions over and over again, and you don't have the trains, and I don't know. It's just not. It's not zombies. Multiplayer is just a bit dull.
Yep.
I played Shipment and dropped 100 bomb on a 300 ping server, and it's just not fun. Look, it's fun, but like it's not. Any other COD game would fucking have me back, but I don't know. It's just not as good as I was hoping it to be. It's good, but it's not good. Like when I first hopped on, I loved it. Even with Battlefield being so glitchy.
As you would with those types of games, though.
Yeah, but I want more. Like something's not there, and it's the TTK is too quick. As someone was having this big bitch and saying, "Oh, the TT, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not the TTK. It's not like that on mine. So it's Like, wake up to yourself. It's fucking quick. SMG shouldn't kill someone in 2 bullets. That's too quick. That's too quick a TTK. Yeah. The TTK is a second or less. It's not. Obviously, there's going to be guns at certain ranges, certain distances aren't going to get as many kills. You go back a game, it's going to be harder again to get that kill. Like, it's too quick. It's too quick. You can't. And then they're watching me play Battlefield, and they're like, "Oh, you killed that guy really quick." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm using a fucking DMR. I'm using a certain gun at this range. Like, it's Battlefield. You're meant to die quick. It's not. Yeah. Don't worry about the TTKs. It's a different game. You can't, when you're not basing Battleguard off a bad TTK, like at a really long range. Yeah, it is long, but when you're up close with an assault rifle, it is 2 bullets. That's what it's like in real life. We're not playing Call of Duty hardcore mode. We're playing Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a tiny map, and you're just flying around it. You need a little bit more extra time to kill. Like, you need to just Otherwise, you can only burst one person, because the instant there's a second person, you're dead. You die too quick. Yeah. You can't beat 2 people at once. You have to already be shooting, and then the shotguns are still broken as fuck. I don't know. It's the same shit over and over again with Vanguard. It's just not there. It needs work.
Yeah. So is that why you moved to Halo?
Halo is perfect. The only problem with Halo is it needs a few more maps, in my opinion, especially with the big team battles. There's only 3 maps. That'd be its only downfall. There's not enough maps. Apart from that, I've had no bugs. There's one bug where you got to take these like little seeds and put them into like a power generator on each side of the big team battle. One particular map, something exploded and shot a heap of seeds, and they got stuck inside a big ship. I think that's just a weird glitch that's not meant to happen. It's not meant to do that. I think it's as they spawned, something come in and exploded and it just shot them up. But I mean, that's just a weird glitch that happens in any game. You know what I mean? Like, there's no bugs that are breaking the entire game. There's no bugs that are making it hard. It runs smooth. For the most part, most guns are pretty well balanced. There's the odd one that's a little bit more powerful, but not unruly powerful. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking pretty. It's pretty good. It plays really good, but it's only a multiplayer, and I'm really excited for the campaign. The campaign's probably going to be fucking amazing. But I
always love the Halo campaigns.
As for the multiplayer, it's got an awesome little rank system. The leveling in the battle pass is a bit slow, but I mean, it's back to the Halo 3 days. All I need to do is just, what will happen? It'll implicate different game modes that'll probably change from like week to week or fortnight to fortnight, because it still hasn't been properly released yet. We're talking early access still here. It'll do that. So you'll have like the old Griff Ball and all those little modes will start to come in.
Kingslayer, King of the Hill, and all them.
A few more maps will come in. They'll start to bring back old maps. I'd love to see a redo of Coagulation or Blood Gulch in the big team battles. I think that'd be amazing. 2 of like absolutely iconic maps from 1 and 2. Something like that to balance it in. But I mean, it plays different. That's the big thing. It's a Halo game with 90% of the Halo noises, but it's different. It plays different. It's exactly the same developers, but they've just tweaked it a little bit. Halo 5 had issues. They've tweaked it from that. So you sort of run a bit more normal. You're not robotic in your running. Your jump isn't just like a float. You sort of jump in a purpose, and then you mantle. You can still mantle shit. But I mean, some people are like, oh, you're just shooting from the hip, but all Halo's been that. It's not a problem with that. It's still harder now though. They've really made it that the thing the aiming kind of explodes, and that actually, that's hit markers different. It doesn't just keep going down the middle. It's not like just a bullshit visual effect that happens. It'll actually start to, you can see it popping around. It's like, this is actually good. Like, you actually have to be proper accurate to make it work. Like, you have to be pretty good at it. Like, you can't just, or if you're not, you can still go around and run over cunts with warthogs and throw plasma grenades. And it's still got all that. And as far as I'm concerned, there's so much more it can do. So it's only going to get better from here. But at the moment, they've released a game in early access that works. And it's such a nice fucking relief. You just don't get it. Like you get it.
I
How
get
many
it. Yeah.
games do we have that is broken at the moment? Even
Exactly.
old games that are broken now, they've just gotten more and more broken.
Yep.
The only game that I can't see that's broken is, say, Apex. But Apex has become, as far as I'm concerned, it's become bland. But some people come back to me and go, oh, Apex. Yeah, let's go back on Apex. They play like a night and then that's it. And you're still not back into Apex, are you? We gave it a good grind and I like it and I'll probably go back to it eventually. I'm never going to get rid of it from my system, but
exactly right. Well, that's the same as me, but I've got Battlefield. Like I'm a Battlefield nut.
Yeah.
And
bro, don't get me wrong. Those bugs stop happening for me personally.
Yeah.
24/7. I'll pay that. I'll pay the fuck out of that game. Don't worry about any other game.
Yeah.
But with the bugs in it, I have no desire to play it right at the moment.
Yeah. Well, that's completely understandable because I heard it in your voice the other night. You were getting fucking pissed off.
I don't get pissed off. When
but
I get pissed
I could
off,
hear you were getting pissed off.
Oh, I was pissed off. I don't have to mute and chuck the shits. Like
I believe that.
When something gets in the road of my fun, I have an issue.
Yeah.
If I'm really excited to get somewhere and you cut me off or you drive slow, I get fucking shitty. If I'm working, I don't want to be there anyway. So I don't care how long you take. I'll sit behind the granddad. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If I'm going to a party or the pub or mate's house or something, I'll just get the fuck out the road. Can't.
Oh, yeah. Go across the bridge and someone's like in front of you, like, fuck you, you dog. I'm in this fucking lane. Fuck off over that side. Oh, yeah.
Nah.
For sure.
Nah, not about
all
that
the time.
life, eh?
But yeah, what about Skyrim?
I haven't got into. I haven't played it yet. But my mate gave a pretty good review on it. Hang on, let me just get it up. Not like his big review. He just told me about the survival mode in it, and when we're playing Fallout, we really got into survival mode of it. That was Fallout 4. You play Fallout 4, and a lot of people are like it's missing a lot. It's got the odd. It's not the issue. They just said it's a little bland. You play Fallout 4 survival mode once it come out. You go, oh, this is how it's meant to be played. You understood
this is what was missing. Yeah.
You understood what was going on. Like, why is there all this random food here? Oh, because when you play on survival, you have no fucking food. Yeah. Same in this. So, you're after playing on survival is fucked because if you get hungry, so if you get hunger, you lose stamina. If you get tired, you lose magicka. If you get cold, you lose health. Armor now has a warmth rating. Salt is possibly the most important thing in the game because you needed to cook pretty much everything. You don't you can't. He's not running shields because they're too heavy to carry and loot. So he's running single hand weapons and restoration on his high elf sort of thing. Like you just have to get stronger and you have to do housing and it'll start to make sense of why you want rabbit meat. Why would you need a stew? There's the stew thing. They're cooking. Like, you don't need to cook. Just get a fucking health potion. Yeah. But if you need to eat food, you need to eat hot food. Oh, a different story again then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stuff starts to make sense. I think it'd make it into a very interesting, especially with the fishing aspect in there as well. You could go fishing. Nords are now a more important character than ever because they have cold resistance. When he started texting me about that stuff, I was like, oh, this game probably is worth getting back into. That's fucking cool. That's different. That's different. That's fucking dope.
Yeah. That's
behind that. Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, cunt. Yeah. But I mean, I haven't properly picked it up yet. I still yet to get back to it.
I've got it sitting there.
Still haven't played Horizon. I still haven't played Forza 5 either. You played that yet? Nah, Battlefield's out. Halo's out. So I like playing Halo 2.
They just got so many games coming out.
Little games. Kind of want to get the Pokemon game.
Yep.
That's probably going to happen at some stage or another. The Halo campaign's still got to come out.
Yeah, well, it's here right now. I can see it here. December 8th.
Okay.
So that's only Yeah.
Couple weeks.
2-3 weeks nearly.
If it's meant to be the size of the campaign they were originally talking, then
Yeah.
it's meant to be a small RPG. That's how big the
Wow.
campaign's meant to be in this thing. Yeah, you're meant to have like
Wow.
consequences for your actions and everything. That's why it's called Halo Infinite. There's an infinite amount of ways you can play it.
So it's sort of like they've done like a Mass Effect campaign.
Possibly, yeah.
Right.
More like Halo version of like Dragon Age, I'm thinking.
Yep.
Dragon Age it's got side quests and stuff, but there is still a main progression of a storyline, and there's like little.
Yeah.
But you definitely get different armor and different stuff, and yeah, I think it's going to be more like that. I think you're going to get different armor. I think you're going to get different guns and possibly leveling up of guns of some sort, or like little things you can attach to them. I'm not sure.
Which unlocks certain attachments and that.
I'm not sure how they're going to do it because the multiplayer doesn't have those attachments. If you bring that into campaign, then you have to start bringing that to multiplayer, and that I don't know if that's what's going to ruin it. Maybe something like that. Probably like armor power ups and stuff like that might be.
Yeah.
Or vehicle, might have a vehicle. You just I don't know how they're going to do it, but that's why it's called Halo Infinite. I think there's an infinite amount of ways you can do it.
Yeah. I can understand that. I can definitely understand that.
Yeah, pretty good. Looking forward to it.
Pokemon you said you're looking at getting later.
Yeah, I still haven't played Gen 4, that's why.
Yeah. 57 and a 55 review for Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, because of what we spoke about last week.
We spoke about last week. It's broken as fuck. Cyberpunk 2077 or whatever it is over again.
Yeah, 2077, yep. But yeah, well, shit.
2077 doesn't seem far enough away to have all that weird shit, eh?
No. Neither does 2042 for like some of the robotic stuff that's in Battlefield.
Hold it. Oh, I know those dogs already exist. That's the good thing about Battlefield. They've gone 2042, but half the gear they've got in there already exists. It's just not mainstream yet, or something like that. The little robotic things are all there. Every time I see a robotic dog, though, did you ever watch Black Mirror?
No.
There's like an episode of Black Mirror where like these robotic dogs like take over Earth, essentially. Yeah. They obviously get made, and then they end up having a program malfunction that just makes them kill humans, essentially.
Yeah.
They just instead of seeing a certain thing as a threat, they see all humans as a threat, and they're built in such a way that like even when they go down, they'll pop on a bomb. The bomb will explode, and like a little shard will get stuck in you, and that shard has a GPS tracker that will make all the rest of the dogs come after you. Like it's just shit, and it's like super like post-apocalyptic sort of thing. It's fucking an awesome episode. But every time I see those dogs in Battlefield, I freak out and I think that's that thing. That thing's gonna come get me. Like, it was too real. That Black Mirror episode's too real. It's like, can't. Same with the meta thing that Facebook's doing. That's gonna be too real too. 4x gold. Hard super dry.
That's all right. I got Pisshead's beer.
Who's Pisshead?
Me. The missus couldn't get Leonard, so she found Pisshead, and she's like, "Yep, that's him."
Look, I don't want to start throwing out sponsorships and stuff, but I found this thing the other day, and I think it's the greatest thing that's ever happened. Beer. It's a called beer brew keg or something like that. It's called keg. Oh, Beer Art Beer Droid.
Yep.
Have a fucking listen to this kind of a thing. So you put all your hops and everything in there to brew your own beer. You brew up to 10 liters. This shit brews it. Then at like the perfect temperature, so it doesn't matter what your climate is. You don't have to wait for a certain time of year. You're not going to have any of this fucking overbrewing issues. It'll do it all for you. Then it will cool itself. So you don't have to put it in its own fridge, and it will pressurize itself. So it just pours beer. It brews it for you, and then it sits in the keg, and then it chills it, and then you can brew it and eat it. It's called Brew Art Beer Droid. And
Monitor and control your brew from your smartphone and receive push notifications advising of brewing milestones.
yeah. And then you can
Fucking hell.
drink your
Ooh.
beer.
Drink your beer? Yes, I am
Right.
18 plus. Of course I am.
How
Make our own
good.
beer.
Yeah. That's the best thing I've ever heard.
Yes.
I also saw it. I was like, so my missus was like, can we get it? It's $800. It is pretty expensive, but it's fucking cool, right?
Shit, yeah.
Preset lager and ale things.
Oh,
Still sold out, supposedly. 26 5-star reviews, 1 4. That's it.
that's not bad. That's not bad.
The best. One isn't enough. So obviously people are getting like 1 or 2.
Jeez.
Old mate's got it sitting in his fucking garage right beside a hot water system. Like, it doesn't matter how fucking hot it is. It'll just keep it cool and make it Yes, can't. How good, right?
And then you can get fucking little packagings for
Yeah.
your kits.
You can
An
take it away
APA
with you.
kit. Wow.
You can get like a little baggie that you take it away with you, and then you just hang up the baggie and
Complete kegging pack.
the future is fucking here.
Especially
That's what I'm saving up
especially with
for.
us.
Fuck, I'm saving up for it. Can't. Holy fuck.
Yes. All right. So
Praise
we
beer
spoke about
sponsored by
games.
Tommy.
Yep.
Spoke about games.
We've just brought some beer up, which is excellent because I need to quickly go get a beer. When I come back, let's jump into the Ashes. It's only around the corner. Jump into the Ashes, everything that's happened with Cricket Australia.
Yeah. Fun times
So,
ahead.
yeah.
This ad break is now sponsored by beer.
Yeah.
Hit it up, yeah. Beers have been done. Actually, I still have one on the floor. Hang on.
Beers have been
A little
done.
bit left on this.
Beer run.
Beers runs been done. So, as you know, after the first 2 episodes listening to this podcast, this being episode 3, that we fucking like cricket, and we're not just fond of it. We don't like cricket. We're fond of it.
Yeah.
I don't like cricket. Hell, no. I love it. It's fucking in my DNA. I can't get enough of this shit because it's just, the best fucking thing ever. So we're really excited for the Ashes test coming up here. Well, I'm so excited for the Ashes, the test series to start because I'm a really big fan of test cricket.
Yeah.
And I think in cricket, to be the top elite player in the world, you have to be able to play test cricket. As much as we think that 2020s one days, they're all awesome formats, but I think you need to be top to be top. You have to be test, right?
Yeah.
So
for sure, it's a game of mental and physical. Your boundaries, how far you can push them, how far you can extend that. You're standing in a field for 5 days.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just so okay. So we're really big fans of it. So obviously, if you don't live under a fucking rock, the Australian Test captain Tim Payne, who took over after the Sandpaper Gate, has been outed, and he has stood down from captain after a sexting scandal. So texting with dick pics and stuff like that. Now, I'm under the belief that this was very much a two-way street. She was very much interested in him and was texting him shit like that. He's texted back, maybe went a little far by sending a dick pic. We don't know that she hasn't sent dick pics. But this happened 3-4 years ago. 2016, 2017.
This happened in 2017. Like
2017.
Before...
So, anyway, doesn't matter when it's happened, because what has actually happened is when it broke, Cricket Australia did investigate.
Yep.
Tim Payne cooperated fully, did not argue at all. He was under the influence that he may lose all of his contracts then and there and be done. What had happened is they found out that there was 0 charges laid. He was not dropped from any side, and has gone on to now be the Test captain of Australia. Now, he hasn't, with all that, he hasn't been proven guilty of anything. Like, he's already admitted that he's done it. This is all previous history. Now, so as far as I'm concerned, two-way street, he shouldn't have done it, but she was kind of fucking wanting it too. Let's be fucking real.
Exactly right. Takes 2 to tango.
Now, this is the bit I didn't get at first. Now, this chick that he was texting has been fired from the Hobart Hurricanes and Tasmania Cricket after embezzling funds from support, like from the crowd and stuff like that, embezzling funds and stealing it essentially. So it doesn't surprise me that when it happened originally, she's tried to use this as bait to try to get money from Cricket Australia or something like that. Didn't work. Now that he's Test captain and she's been down this road already, I don't know if there's been pressure from somewhere else for her to leak these and bring it back up again to get a payout, to be hushed. Now, wouldn't surprise me if Tim Payne and Cricket Australia have gone out and gone, we've done all this. We've sorted all this out. You have nothing to stand on. It's gotten out to the media. Media's gone, this is the fucking best thing we've ever heard. Tim Payne's gone, instead of, I don't want to ruin the Australian cricket team and this whole tour coming up, I'm going to stand down as captain so no one can fucking talk about me anymore. Everyone's talking about you still, Timmy, but fucking
you're not the captain of the Australian Test side.
Kudos to you. And may I add, before we go any further, before we talk about the whole who's going to captain Australia thing, is exactly the fucking same thing that Steve Smith did. They say he didn't know. He probably fucking didn't know, or he heard rumors and he thought, they're not that fucking stupid, are they?
Exactly.
And then when it come out, and all he's done is going, you know what? I'm the captain of the team. It's happened under me.
I let the team down. I let myself down.
I will take the credit for it because I'm the captain and it deserves to be me. And
right.
he got banned for a year. This is the cunt that loves cricket that much. He shadow bats to 2:00 in the morning. That's not someone who cheats. That's not someone who cheats.
No.
Cameron Bancroft looks like he fucking would rob you if he didn't play cricket. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't seem like a bloke that, I don't know. He's probably a nice dude. Fuck if I know. But
he probably doesn't love it as much as Steve Smith does.
And as far as I'm concerned, it's like there's a love and passion, and there's a love and passion in Warner's eye, but Warner also has the determination to do whatever the fuck it needs to happen to make it work. And why aren't any of the bowlers brought into this? Surely they fucking know. They're holding the fucking ball. Like, you know, if one shot takes a little bit of extra shine off one side, I notice it straight away. I'm a spinner. I don't even give a fuck if the ball's shiny or not. All I care about is if I can grip the fucking thing. You know, they would have known. They would have had to have known. Or they would have gone, fuck, Bancroft can shine a fucking good ball, can't he?
Yeah.
How's that one side real fucked, but one side real good? But I didn't understand, why is there sandpaper in it? Everyone knows to get reverse swing, you want both sides to be fucked. Why was he sandpaper on both sides? Or why wasn't a little bit of polish in there? Why was he worrying about that stuff? Boot polish is fucking amazing. I don't know if you've played with boot polish in a cricket ball before. You can turn the world's
fucking cricket ball.
You can play with the world's worst cricket ball, bit of boot polish on one side, and it'll swing about 6 foot.
Yep.
You know, it's
the same as
the hardest thing is stopping it from being a wide.
Yeah.
I don't get why Tim Payne had to stand down. Now that he has stood down, fuck him off out of the team. I'm sorry. The only reason he was in the side is because he was a good captain. That's it.
Yep.
His batting record, he's a good keeper. He's probably the best keeper in Australia still. But he's in there because he's a captain. He was a good captain. Yeah, against India, he did make some fucking pretty lackluster fucking moves. But what he did do in his defense was the old Ricky Ponting trick. Hey, would have set this field. Eventually it'll work. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
T20's taken away that ability. Someone like a Rishabh Pant can manipulate a field that's set exactly the same constantly. You do need to fucking change it up. Yeah. Anyway, I think that Payne's been very, very hard done by. She was talking about being naughty and stuff like that. So
So she fully well knew what was going on as well. Like,
She probably has sucked his dick. That's the one thing they haven't talked about. Like, they talk about the sexting scandal. They just can't prove that she actually did it.
yeah. Yep.
When we be sending that stuff already, she probably already sucked him off. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah. So if he's gonna fuck off, who would you put in his place?
Inglis.
You would throw Josh Inglis in there. Get that young blood into the team.
120%.
Because if he gets in there and does well, he's going to be the next fucking keeper for the next 10
What do you
years.
mean he's going to get in there and does well? I'm telling you now, he's going to get in there and will go well.
I'm just saying, as a optimistic person, if he gets in there and does well, he will be our mainstay gloveman for the next 10 years if he's fit.
Mm-hmm.
So put the young blood in. I'm all for giving the young bloods a chance. So we got, and then people are saying Kerry's going to go in as gloveman and probably a vice captain because he's captain the ODI side. What's your argument there?
He didn't get picked for the T20 World Cup, did he?
No, exactly. Guess who did?
Inglis.
Exactly.
He's the logical fucking choice.
And it's not just his glove work that's good either.
My mate that
he
watches,
can bat.
My mate watches every single fucking Sheffield Shield game. He does all that stuff. He makes effort to know everything about Sheffield Shield. How the Australians go overseas when they're playing in like the county cricket.
Yep.
He has had his eyes on Inglis for a little bit already.
Yeah.
We're already all over it. It's just what's like when I'm talking to Gilby and he's like, oh, Carey. It's like, no, he's not even in the fucking question. No. He is there because it is Carey. You kind of feel like you might have to give him something.
Yeah.
His first class average is still just as good as Inglis's, but he's had a lot more time to fucking do it. He hasn't been hitting any fucking runs for South Australia.
Mm-hmm.
He's taken a few catches and stuff, but who fucking does it? He hasn't been with the Australian side making fucking buddy powers with Steve Smith, Steve Smith, Warner, all them. But he's probably kept in the nets and stuff too. Cummins, Hazelwood, Stark, Lyon. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like he's done all this already.
Yep.
To me, he's a logical pick. He's a logical pick. And if they're going to have Payne not captain, he's too old. You need to step him down.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally agree.
The only reason you'd bring in Carey is you'd maybe want a little bit of an older head. But as far as I'm concerned, the Australian side so far, and any of the Australian sides, he hasn't ever stood up as a leader. So to me, he's still just a young blood in the side, but is older than me. And I'm old. Well, Josh Inglis is probably as old as you, cunt.
Yeah, he is. He's a year older than me.
Well, there you go. Fuck, you're a young.
So he's only 26. So
I think I honestly think he's the logical pick for me.
Yeah.
And for this number 5 spot, I'm really glad that they stuck to Green. Green is the future. Number 5 spot has to be Khawaja. As much as Head did bat good, I think with the omission of Payne, Khawaja has to come in as the older
We need
head.
that anchor in the middle as well.
You just need an older head. You just need a little bit of calmness. Khawaja has been the captain of the Bull side, and the Bull side has hasn't apart from like Marnus and stuff like that. It's never really been like this superstar fucking side. But we've been winning, and we win the Shield last year.
The Sheffield Shield, we went to Sheffield Shield last year.
Khawaja is captain, so like you know what I mean. Like, so I think he's the logical pick. I've heard someone talk about putting Jimmy Pearson in as fucking wicket keeper, but he can't even crack the Australian A side. So fuck that off.
Exactly right.
That's a fucking dumb move. Yeah, he's playing good cricket. But fuck him off. Don't worry about him.
Yep.
I wouldn't even pick him in my fucking Big Bash squad, but there you go. I actually don't.
Guess what? He's captain now. He's captain now of the Heat. So
good. Lenny might hit some runs now. Fuck me.
Yep.
instead of hitting his misses. No, he didn't hit his misses, but
But the
we saw him the other
so-
day. That's all, and his misses is a good sort.
yeah, the so he's punching. Lenny's punching then.
Yeah, if he had hair, she'd be punched. He'd be punched. She'd be punching, but he doesn't have hair, so
Yeah.
his head looks like a
We
big
got-
veiny light bulb.
Yeah, in our Ashes squad, so we got still not updated because I haven't put the who's in there. So, but it says Tim Payne, Cummins, Green, Hazelwood, Harris, Head, Kawaja, Labuschagne, Lyon, Nisa, Richardson, Smith, Stark, Swepson, and Warner. What do you think of that?
Pretty stock standard squad. So it'd
Yeah.
be Warner and Harris would open.
Yep.
Labuschagne is 3, Smith
Yep.
4. I assume Kawaja 5.
Yep.
Green 6.
Yep.
Obviously, without Tim Payne there, there's no in that 15-man squad. There's not another keeper, so keeper would have to come up from the Australian A squad. The Australian A squad
Mhm.
does have Carey and Inglis. I assume Inglis will take that spot.
Yep.
And then you'd be a Cummins, Stark,
Yep.
Lyon,
Hazelwood,
Hazelwood.
Lyon. Yeah, yeah.
That is how I assume it'd be picked. I
Yep.
think I'd love to see a Swepson in instead of a Lyon, but in saying that, Lyon's Lyon. I think sometimes Lyon falls into this bracket. He's an off spinner, but when you play down a grade, sometimes off spinners can look shitter.
Yeah.
Once you play up a grade, sometimes I just take you just a little bit more serious, a little bit longer game. I don't really care if I get out, but in the top stage, it is. I think he plays just a little bit better in that format.
Mm-hmm.
It's not to say that I don't want Swepson in the side. That's a hard one. As for the fast bowlers, now they've already confirmed the fast bowlers aren't going to play all 5 games. They've already said they want to try to do a rotation system. I don't fucking like that one single bit.
Nah.
But if they are going to do that, mate, that eliminates Cummins as being captain straight away. As far as I'm concerned, he can never, ever, ever be captain because if they're going to do a fast bowler rotation.
Yeah.
Bowlers are more prone to injury. Fast bowlers also have to bring themselves onto bowl. Now, as a batting lineup, you probably bat that spot for several years now, and the batting lineup is probably more picked by a coach. The bowling lineup and dynamic bowling changes and dynamic field changes can't be done by someone who's fucking bowling.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, that you can't do that. Any time I've ever played in a game where a captain has been able to bring himself onto bowl, it's just never as good. I play for a guy that used to bowl. We win matches and stuff, but it never was good. The instant he went to just batsman, no more bowling, his captain game stepped up tenfold. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He's become a way better captain because he's not trying to bring himself on. Because sometimes if there's a batsman that's struggling, as a bowler, you sit there and think, I'll get this kind of out.
Oh, this is easy. Yeah, this is easy.
He's either going to tire himself out, and if he doesn't get the wicket, he may get frustrated.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think Cummins can be captain. Now, what I think they will do, more than likely, is they'll do a co-captain, and it'll be Smith and Cummins, and Cummins will be the poster boy.
Yep.
At the toss, everything like that. Smith will be the on-field captain.
Yep.
Making majority of the calls.
I reckon
Now,
Labuschagne is the VC.
Labuschagne will never be captain. He'll never ever be captain.
I'm not saying he's going to, but if
no, he never will be. He's just got this boyishness about him that just won't ever work. Steve Smith, by the way, minus the Sandgate scandal, a fucking rip snorter of a captain. He's fucking great. Lethal. This lethal. And everyone's gone, Michael Clark's a flog. No one likes him. He's worst captain we've ever had. He had a shit team and won games because he's a fucking good captain. Some people are bred to lead and have that mind, and that's Steve Smith. And if we don't make him captain, we will lose this Ashes series.
Yeah,
Cummins is
you
the
can
wrong
choice.
See
it. You could see it in Smith as well. Even as he's not being a captain in the last Ashes matches, he was there. You could see his eyes. His eyes were darting. He needs to be there, and he's telling Payne what to do.
It's a man that lives and breathes cricket. He has to be captain.
Exactly, but he was the one telling Payne.
I'm glad you agree with this.
Come over
I'm so glad you agree with this because a lot of people are like, "Oh, he's a cheat." He wasn't a cheat, mate. No. He didn't cheat. He took the blow because he's a captain. He dived in front of the fucking bullet. That's leadership. As a fucking whole, that is exactly what you want. If your captain is willing to go down with that fucking ship to save everyone fucking else, that is leadership, and he deserves a second chance.
Yeah.
Fuck me if they don't give it. They have to. That to my brain thinks logically on about that's the logical outcome for me.
Yep. Oh, I completely agree with that. As you said, let Cummins be the poster boy. Let him stand up to the press conferences, everything like that. Smithy is the brains. Smudge is the brains. Simple as that.
I'd be happy enough if they just kept Cummins as VC and they made Smudge outright captain.
Yeah.
He's done his time. He's allowed to captain again. There is nothing to say he can't captain again. And I think he's the most logical option. But apart from that, I'm really happy with the Ashes squad. So if we get a bowler injury or if they decide, as much as I fucking love Stark, if they go, hey, mate, we're going to sit you out. We're going to play Jai Richardson instead. I'm not going to sit there and fucking get the shits of that at all. I'm not going to get the shits if they bowl Nisa. There's no one in that squad, if they put it in any order, that I'm going to be disappointed with them playing. So I think they picked an absolute cracking 15-man squad. Yep. And the Australian A squad's a fucking not a bad little side either. The Australian A squad's probably still good enough to beat England. So that's my thing on the Ashes squad. I think that was a fucking good little wrap. Sorry, I talk so much then. So maybe we'll talk about F1 and NRL so you can have a bit of a yak.
F1 and NRL, eh?
Yeah. So at least the F1, man. Like all I got to say about F1 is Lewis Hamilton. Woo. That's all I got.
Well, it looks like it's coming down to the last probably 2 races for the championship. Which will be, I reckon, will be probably the most tightest contended drivers series in a fair while.
So hang on. So qualifying's been done. So Lewis Hamilton's got pole position.
Lewis Hamilton's pole position with a 1 minute 20.8. Max Verstappen is sitting right beside him at the front of the grid on a 121.2. So 0.4 of a second, Lewis Hamilton is quicker.
Oh, Danny Boy didn't go so good, did he?
No. On a track that a lot are picking as a Red Bull track, but if you have a look at that qualifying, you have Mercedes, Red Bull, Mercedes.
Mercedes track.
It's going to be a Mercedes track. Mercedes is just that team that can see what's wrong with their car and change it. So when they had a race a month and so ago, it was a completely wet race. They were racing on inters the whole time, which is no DRS is available. So you got DRS zones throughout your map, throughout your track.
Mm-hmm.
When you hit those zones at a certain amount of laps, we went through this about what happened with
of
Hamilton.
Course.
That rear wing opens up and it reduced DRS, drag reduction system. And that opens up and you usually get about 10 to 15 kilometers an hour extra from that.
Mm-hmm.
You watching in this race, you watch Hamilton and Verstappen go down a straight and Hamilton's pulling away with no DRS. They can pick what's wrong with their car and say, bang, this is what we need to do. And they do it.
So this race here, obviously just before the 16th bend, are they talking about that being the DRS detection zone? So is that is it just that one little area there? Is this thing to say, hey, don't have that DRS on?
No, DRS is allowed on in that area. If it's a straight, turn 16 is your final corner.
Oh, so after 16, you're sweet. But leading up to
Yep.
16, no, you shouldn't have it. And that detection zone is going to tell you, hey,
Yeah,
you can't have it till after this exact zone.
Yeah, you'll have it'll like ping in their ear or a light on the screen that says DRS. You can use it, and they're trained that much that they can do everything with their steering wheel, which is in front of them,
Yeah.
without looking at it.
Cool.
And they can just go bang and hit the DRS and know that their flap's opening because they can feel it.
Dope.
The
When's that getting raced?
that, 2.5 hours.
Oh, beauty. So
Yeah.
for everyone that's listens to this podcast, this is our last week, we're going to record this on a Sunday night. Obviously, it gets released on a Tuesday morning, Australian Eastern Standard Time. But this will be the last time it's going to get recorded on a Sunday. So what we're going to do is we're going to record it Monday night and quickly do editing late Monday night or Tuesday morning, then release it. That way, the release and the recording and release time is so quick between each other, and we get the entire weekend. So we won't be running into this, hey, we're talking about something that's going to race on a Sunday night. We're going to have that stats already done, and we can talk about it in its full. I've just noticed that this the one thing that we've ran into being our third episode is that stuff like this F1. Like, I'd love to be able to talk about the result instead as a fresh.
Well, have a look at
result.
it. Last week, it was a lot better talking about the Formula One last week.
We got to talk about it straight away. We're just straight in like, yeah, Lewis Hamilton, woo!
Yep.
Fuck you, Verstappen, you dickhead. I just like Lewis Hamilton. That's the only reason. I mean, no, two people in F1 really, and it's Lewis Hamilton and Daniel Ricciardo.
And Vettel. Vettel.
Oh, yeah, and Kimi Räikkönen.
Kimi Räikkönen. Should have heard of Fernando Alonso as well.
Fernando Alonso. Has any rode motorbikes?
No.
Oh, there you go.
No.
Everyone remember Casey Stoner? I liked Casey Stoner.
Yeah. He's still racing.
Who am I thinking? I'm thinking of Valentino Rossi. My bad.
He's only just retired as well.
Yeah, hopefully they got rid of that mole on his face.
Well, I'll get back to you next week about the results of this, because this is the last race for 2 weeks, I think, where we got scheduled.
No, there's two more races in there left in the thing, or one more after this one.
There's 2 more.
2 more races,
2 more?
including this one.
No, so if there's 3 races, including this one, the next one is at Saudi Arabia and then Abu Dhabi.
Well, they just have it at the same place. All about
Fair enough.
they're all in driving distance.
Yeah. Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, cool. So the final standings at the moment are 332 to 318, Verstappen over Hamilton. So did we end up finding out what the point system works in?
Oh, the points. No, actually, that's what I was gonna talk about.
So I'd like to know what's the outcome we're looking for here if we want Lewis Hamilton to be on top. Now, some people who aren't Lewis Hamilton fans, how about we just let him win this championship? Then you retire, and then you don't have to see him ever again. Then Verstappen can win 50, 60, 100. Who cares? Lewis Hamilton's arguably the greatest fucking F1 driver of all time. Stats-wise.
Yep.
There's no one's coming in there. And like these Verstappen and Hamilton are just busting it out on there. We don't know that in 10, 15 years, we won't be talking about the years where Verstappen and Hamilton were going fucking at each other's throats. Just like we're talking about Niki Lauda and stuff like that back in the 80s?
Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost. Like,
exactly right.
That's a rivalry. Senna and Prost.
There's battles like this. So Verstappen and Hamilton might be that battle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just happen to be I just want Lewis Hamilton to win. I just think he deserves it.
Schumacher and Häkkinen, Schumacher and a lot of people, Schumacher and Hamilton.
Schumacher.
They got to remember. People have got to remember. Hamilton was driving when Michael Schumacher was driving.
Did Hamilton beat Schumacher?
Hamilton has beaten Schumacher.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Schumacher is old though.
He was, but he
he was
still He was, but he's still classified as the GOAT of Formula One until Lewis Hamilton can beat this record of the
we didn't grow up
Drivers'
going,
Championship.
We didn't grow up going, slow down Kimi Räikkönen. We went, oh, yeah, right, Schumacher. You know what I mean? Yeah, fucking fast driver. You know, everyone knew who Michael Schumacher is.
Exactly.
You didn't
right.
even have to know Formula One, and you knew who Michael Schumacher is. It's just like you don't need to know football and you know who fucking Cristiano Ronaldo is.
Yep.
You don't. I don't think we have a cricket player like. Or we don't have. You don't. You didn't know cricket, and you didn't know who Shane Warne was. There you go.
Yeah.
Or Don Bradman or something like that. You know what I mean? Like there's
same as tennis and like Federer.
You don't know NFL, but fuck, you know who Tom Brady is, though, don't you?
Brady is exactly right.
You don't know, I know tennis, Roger Federer. Oh, I know tennis. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like there's people in every sport.
Golf, Tiger Woods.
I think tennis shouldn't be gone. Roger Federer, as much as I fucking love, I'm a Fed fan. Tennis should be, when you think of tennis, they go, Serena Williams. That's how you should do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck, man. She's the best female fucking tennis star of all time.
Yeah. And
I don't think there'll ever be one as good as her. In saying that, Ash Barty, 3 years consecutive being number one.
Yep.
Whew, let's go, Barts.
She needs to fulfill her dream
of
Wimbledon this year.
She needs to win the Oz Open, then she'll finally fucking claim
it. Her childhood dream growing up was to go and win at Wimbledon, and she did that this year.
Yeah, but now she needs to win the Australian Open. We need an Australian Aussie. We need an Aussie to win the fucking our tennis competition. That's all we want.
Yeah.
That's all we want.
Yeah.
We mean wait.
Okay, I got the standings here. I got the points here.
Hit me.
First is 25.
Mm-hmm.
Then it goes 18, 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1.
Right.
But then if you're in the top 10 and you get the fastest lap, you get an extra point. So just remember that. But that one point could mean a lot.
It should be an extra 10, make it worth it.
But that 1 point can mean a lot, you know?
That way, like these bottom losers would be just going for the fastest lap every time. Don't worry about winning.
You have to be in the top 10. Yeah, you have to be in the top 10 to get that extra point.
Yeah, so 25 would put Lewis Hamilton to 38, 342. Like
3.5. Yep.
Verstappen gets second. He gets 244. Yeah, that's what I mean. Verstappen's going to have to lose a wheel and come last.
Yep.
And then Lewis,
he's got to drop out of the top 10. 5. I reckon
he needs to come second, really, doesn't he?
Yeah, I reckon for Hamilton to have a chance, these next 3 races, Verstappen's got to be out of the top 5, so out of the double-digit points.
Yeah.
And Hamilton needs to be first or second to get a decent gain on him.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I will come back with the results next week about that.
Yeah, that'd be good. We'll probably have two races worth of results.
Maybe. But I'm going to quickly wrap up with some NRL news because we've got the transfer market open at the moment, which means players coming off contract in 2022.
Yeah, give us your fucking... Let's go report it, man. Tell me what's going on. I haven't actually been keeping an eye on it, to be honest.
Rightio. So, the biggest news this week has been Viliami Kikau signing to the Bulldogs.
I did see that. $4 million over 3 years.
Yes, that is a lengthy term for a decent player, honestly.
So, Bulldogs are going to have Kikau and
I had their squad up before.
Burton.
Yeah, I had their squad up before.
Also, it needs to be pointed out that their club manager is Phil Gould.
Yep.
Big for them. Bulldogs might be a fucking force next year.
Yep. I've got, so their squad at the moment is looking like for 2023, if everyone can get on the 1 year extension, can get that extra year. Yeah. Dufty, Kotrick, Shop, Naden, Adokar, Burton, Flanagan, because they don't have a number 7. They have to put Flanagan in unless they get a number 7.
Flanagan's good.
Yeah. And him and Burton, I reckon, will make a good combination. Both young kids. Burton's an excellent runner of the ball. Flanagan's, all he's got to do is learn how to lead the team around like a typical number 7.
Yeah.
That's all he's got to do. So then your front row is Vaughan, Mahoney. They're looking at targeting Mahoney as well, Reed Mahoney.
Okay.
Luke Thompson, Viliami Kikau, Tavita Pango Jr., Josh Jackson. That's their 13 on the field.
It's a good 13. Given a few injuries, it's not so much of a 13 anymore, is it?
No. But we've got the Dolphins coming in 2023 as well.
We fucking dope.
They have not signed any big names yet. Munster can't play in 2023. Can't play for him. He's still contracted.
Oh, the cheese. That's right. They're trying to get the cheese.
The cheese. They're trying to get the cheese as well as Tino Fa'asuamaleaui from the Titans.
Come again?
Big Tino from the Titans.
I just wanted to see you say his last name again.
Oh, yeah. Fa'asuamaleaui.
Oh, that's pretty good. I can't say his last name. His last name's too hard.
So that's who the Dolphins are looking at picking up. And honestly, if you're going to give them and say, hey, you get to play under Wayne Bennett, who's not going to say yes?
Maybe make him shit. Maybe the cheese won't go good with Wayne Bennett. We don't know.
Yeah. Kalen Ponga has been in talks with Wayne Bennett as well for the Dolphins.
He'll come back, actually. He'll be a Dolphin.
Yep. Newcastle Knights have left released Pearce. Mitchell Pearce. He's now on his way over to England, or actually France, to play for Catalan Dragons.
Good. Good for him, actually.
Yeah.
Not good for the NRL. I think they needed Pearce, but I think Pearce going to theirs is to get a big payday, and he'll finish one of the better off NRL players, and he'll probably make a really good go at fucking Catalan.
Yep. And I think the 2023 season will probably be the last season that the Storm are up top. That's what I'm saying. 2023
or 2022?
Yep. Nah, 23. 22, they'll still be up there. 23, they'll be up there. But come 2024, they won't be able, I reckon.
That'll be a force as long as Craig Bellamy is the coach. You can't sit there and tell me that, like, you go, oh, once they get rid of, once they lose Munster and the cheese and stuff like that. Sorry, has everyone ever seen Harry Grant play? Did everyone forget that Jerome Hughes is probably one of the better halfbacks in the game, and he just goes unheard of because he's
Munster. Not Cleary. He's not Cleary.
Mate, have a look at the highlights that NRL released of the 10 best tries that the Storm scored in the regular and in the NRL this year, and 9 of them are assists by Hughes. So you can't, and this is I'm saying this now because you brought him up. The most points ever scored by a squad in a NRL Premiership year, and Jerome Hughes was the halfback. Sorry, he needs more fucking accolades. This cunt is good. He's not just he's not just good. He's fucking brilliant. He he
started as a fullback.
The only reason he's not there is because
Pappenhausen.
Because he scores the try. Old mate's done all the hard work already. He's the unsung hero. Cleary is Cleary's good. Don't get me wrong. Cleary's really good. Cleary is only Cleary because he's Cleary. If his old man wasn't Ivan Cleary, would we really know who he is? Would we really care?
Yep.
Answer me that question. He's good, but there's halfbacks out there that don't get anywhere near the recognition yet. They're probably playing just as good, if not better.
Yeah. I'm only saying this now because I'm having a look at contract lengths and everything that's come out this week. Jerome Hughes is off contract in 2024. Munster leaves or is off contract in 2023. So he's not there in 2024. Neither's Jerome Hughes.
I'd love to see Jerome Hughes come and play Cowboys.
Go to Cowboys. I reckon that'd be a good signing in 2024 or 23 for the 24
I'd
series.
like to see him sign there
at the Dolphins. At the Dolphins.
I want him to come play for Cowboys now. You're just gonna have Dearden. Dolphins can have Dearden. Fuck that shit.
Okay. I already spoke to you like when they said who's going to be the, what is it, 19th team? That's what it is now. 19 teams in the squad. 17, sorry. 17 teams in the squad. It's not 18 yet. I asked you what would your teams be. Your teams is pretty much the same as mine, except Titans is my Cowboys.
You're a Titans supporter above all else.
No, sorry. That's the other way. So Storm, Titans, and then drag fucking Dolphins. It will go.
Cowboys, Storm, Dolphins.
Yeah. But that's it for this week in the NRL transfer.
The Central Coast Capras.
I don't know about that. I think I'd support the Brisbane Tigers over the Capras.
The fucking Mendy Blackhawks. Let's go.
Yeah.
Actually, if you aren't NRL fans, next time you get a chance, watch a team called the PNG Hunters that play in the QRL. They are the best team to watch by far because they just all show and all go. There's the structure's not really there. They have the best structure in the world, but and pure athletes. The winger is as big as the forward. Is the best watch ever, just because they're just all physically amazing specimen people, and they can run 100 meters in 11 seconds. Like, they're just all quick and big and strong, and it's such a good team to watch and follow. And
they live and breathe rugby league over there.
They live and breathe rugby league in PNG like India lives and breathes cricket. It's fantastic.
You go have a look at one of their home matches there.
That's why you watch, I know we're about to go over time, but fuck it. We're going to go for an extra 5 minutes because I think this is a good little topic I want to quickly touch on.
Yeah.
PNG love NRL. So they're starting to get all the Islanders and stuff are starting to get these really big names in footy, and they're really starting. For example, correct me if I'm wrong, the Hammer that plays for Cowboys, PNG boy? Or is he Thursday?
I think he might be Thursday Island, mate.
Maybe he's Thursday. But it doesn't matter. It's exactly the same thing. Like, they come from the islands coming over, and back home, they have all these big stars now playing in the fucking NRL. That's awesome. Same with India. Like, India for cricket, for the most part, was always rich boy school thing. Now, what they've done is a couple of scouts, Australian scouts, actually, old Australian scouts, have gone over to India and gone, don't fucking worry about these rich boys. Get these fellas that are playing cricket 24/7, living and breathing it. These cunts have got it. You're Washington.
Get this bloke running around a tree.
You're Washington. Yeah, you're Washington Sundar. You're Ishant Sharma. All these people have just come from nowhere.
Jasprit Bumrah.
Oh, Jasprit Bumrah, you might be wrong there. I think he's a rich boy, just like Kohli.
Are you sure?
Oh, I think he is. I have a feeling he's one of those weird ones that everyone expects him to be an up and comer from the bottom, but I feel like he's the one that isn't. But your Mohammed Shami is.
No, he's gone through a lot. His mother was a school teacher. His dad died when he was 5 years of age. He grew up in Ahmedabad. He was born in a Punjabi family which settled in Ahmedabad. So he wasn't even born there.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else then. I know, like, your Jajadas and your Kohlis and stuff like that come from like rich schools, and that's how it originally was. That's why, like, you have a look at the old teams. They're all these really pretty boy, really well dressed up Indian fellas, and it's just like, and they had really good sides, but they also got beaten a lot. Now that they've started to really look at the roots and go for pure talent over fucking money.
Yep.
they're a formidable force in every style of cricket. Now, this is what I wanted to quickly go into. PNG starting to get there. India, they love it, live and breathe it so much that they've just got, you could watch any grade of cricket there and it'd be a good watch.
Mhm.
In America, like your NFL, their college games, their school games, packed stadiums. That's living and breathing it.
Yep.
As much as you want to give America's shit about like, oh, this is the world's greatest, it's not, because no one else plays it. But you love it so much. You love it so fucking much that, you know what? Kudos. Well done, mate.
Yep.
You live and breathe that game so fucking much that, well done. Basketball's a big one as well.
How good, like we're talking about like PNG players and that. You forgot one of the best ones that is actually playing NRL right now.
Who?
Justin Olam.
Oh, fuck, he is. No, I didn't pick that.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
There you go.
He is a PNG player.
I fucking love Olam too. He's such a nice dude.
Yeah.
A lot of those fellas are actually.
David Mead. David Mead was PNG.
Great player. Great player, actually.
So
yeah, but I mean, like, doesn't mean like they're coming through and like they start, but like soccer in like South America, soccer in Europe, soccer in England and stuff like that. Like football, all these countries like that, like they live and fucking breathe it. And that's why they're better than everyone else at it. That's why Australia sucks at football, because we don't suck at football, but we're born natural athletes. I don't know if it's because of climate or whatever it is, but we do 10 per capita have more stars.
Yep.
But we can't compete with these people that live and breathe it. We just can't.
Yeah.
We never will.
Exactly.
That's why we're really good at cricket. That's why we're really good at NRL, is because we live and breathe it. That's why we're good at AFL. We live and breathe it. So that's like, our shit.
The way that our sports system is set up is literally there's 2 seasons.
Yeah.
There's your football season.
Footy in the winter, cricket in the summer.
Cricket in the summer. That's it. When do you hear about any other sport in Australia going big?
You don't. So that's the only reason Australia even we have a really big football fan base, and that's because for the most part Australia is so fucking multicultural that we just are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like probably not us two. I'm clearly some type of Scottish English descent with my red hair and white skin. I don't know where Leonard's from, but he looks.
I'm Calcadoon.
Huh?
I'm Calcadoon. I got Aboriginal in me.
That's right. That's what I mean. He's proper Australian. But we're not like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have enough Italian, or we don't have enough South American. But I mean, we got a lot of those. So I grew up in a small Italian town. They all fucking love football.
Yeah.
My
supervisor.
All of them have
Portuguese.
They all have a poster of or a flag up of some football team. Yeah. Majority Arsenal, weirdly enough, but what can you do? A lot of Arsenal supporters up north. There is Arsenal and Arsenal. Essentially, everyone's Arsenal supporters up there. It's weird. Must have been Theo Henry or something like that. Must have been everyone was a fan of.
I'm a fan of Everton. Let's just say that.
I got more into like Spanish soccer. I was a big fan of Real Madrid personally.
Yep.
That'd be it for this week. I feel like I've flapped me gums for ages, and I don't know why I've talked so much, but I have. I feel like. But yeah, it's been really, really good. I've had a fucking blinder. The fact that it's been an hour 15 and it feels like I've only been sitting down for 10 minutes means that I've really enjoyed myself.
Yep. It's been good.
We've gone through a lot. We obviously touched a lot more on sport, but as we get more into the games, we'll probably start to talk more about the games too. I wouldn't mind doing a bit more of an in-depth talk into Battlefield and stuff maybe next week about some of the guns and stuff. As the podcast goes further, we'll probably start to dive into a more specific talk about one game more than a broad talk about all of them. Maybe a specific for 20 minutes and then a 10-minute talk about everything. Sport is whatever we just literally write down sport, cricket, F1. I think it says F1 cunt on there actually, and then ashes, and then it says something about Paney sucking doodle, showing his doodle. Sorry. So that's how we run our podcast at the moment. But so like next week, I'd love to do a deep dive into Battlefield, and the week after, probably be maybe a deep dive into Halo or something like that, with a little bit of here and there.
It's looking like it. That's what it's going to be.
F1 will obviously have probably a 20-minute chat about F1 because we'll know exactly where the driver standards are, which would be really good. I'd love to be dived into that. It's probably going to be Magpie talking to the point where he loses his voice about that because it's going to be very tight by that stage. We'll definitely know who's probably going to win the driver standard by that stage because there'll be 2 sets of races gone. There'll be 1 race left. So we'll definitely know
next time we talk about Formula 1.
Yeah. So I mean, it's going to be 1 race to go. So we're definitely going to know what's going on there. So it'll be a really good talk about that. Probably won't talk too much about NRL again. So it'll probably be cricket and F1 next week again.
Yep.
But as we come into the tennis season and stuff like that after the Christmas and stuff, we'll start talking a bit more about tennis because I'm a big tennis buff as well. But please, anyone in the comments, please let us know games you want us to talk about. Please let us know a sport or a team you may want us to talk about. It might be easier for us to talk about one particular team than a sport if it's not something that we're very fluent in. But I love sports. So I'm always down to learn.
I'm always opening up to look into another sport.
Especially if it's a sport that we don't talk about much. If you go, hey, can you talk about football? Majority talk about Arsenal, for example.
Yeah.
Fuck, we'll go into Arsenal. We don't know that by the time we look into Arsenal and start talking about Arsenal, every week we're going to start talking about how they've been playing and them alone.
Yeah.
We are those type of people. We are those people. We're easily influenced. We really are.
It's been good.
Yeah, it's been good.
I've enjoyed this. I'm going to go grab another beer and I'm going to go jump on some Apex.
Oh, Gilvira or by yourself?
Optimus.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was hoping I was going to play with Hop. What? The other day.
I might con him into playing some cricket.
Yeah, cricket might have been. I was hoping he'd play some cricket. I played on the easy mode. Make you feel on top.